One of the Browns' new wide receivers, Elijah Moore. Pretty good rookie year with the Jets. Then the Jets drafted Garrett Wilson. They brought in Corey Davis. A little bit of change in the quarterback position, and didn't really have as good of a second year. More on the Rich Eisen Show, talking about what happened in New York.
Life happens. What people I feel like kind of don't understand is that football is just another corporate job. Not everybody always gels and everybody always sees eye to eye. I hold myself to a high standard, and I just want to help a team always. You know what I'm saying? I know what I can do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've showed little glimpse, nowhere near what I could show. But, sometimes that kind of just doesn't happen. And I feel like that's exactly why I am here now.
Well, and
I can't pinpoint exactly what happened, but I'm playing for Cleveland, and I'm grateful to be here.
Exactly. And obviously the Jets have moved in a different direction while Zach Wilson is still there. Was it a change in offensive philosophy that caused you to essentially disappear, Elijah? Was it Zach Wilson's development? Is there any details you can give us from your perspective, please, on that?
I can't really just speak on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it isn't nothing that you could just blame one person, two people. It's a team sport, so I can't speak on that. I'm not sitting in those rooms seeing how he's learning. I'm not, I can only focus on myself. That's all every single player does, so it's just just a question mark. We don't know. I don't even care to focus on it. I play for Cleveland now.
And with that, let's welcome in Randy Gurzi from Dog Pound Daily. And Randy, if you followed Elijah Moore at Ole Miss the first year at the Jets, you were thinking, man, this is a really good young wide receiver. And then, they drafted Garrett Wilson 10. They brought in some, and he kind of disappeared. So I'm very interested. I think he's going to have a really good year for the Browns.
I think he is too, and I like what he said when he's talking about sometimes people don't realize that the NFL is still just a corporate world. You'll see people say things on social media when you're talking about OTAs and not showing up. If you were at your job and doing something voluntary, would you be there? Well, it's kind of the same thing here. This was his job, and sometimes changing your job actually is a huge benefit for you. And for Elijah Moore, I think it's going to be a breath of fresh air in Cleveland. I think he's going to be higher on the depth chart. It looks like him and Deshaun Watson are already in sync a little bit there. And I also like that he didn't really sit there and, try to blame the quarterback. Because if any of us watch the Jets, we can see that the quarterback is the problem there. That's why they went out and went after a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. So he could have easily said, well, yeah, they couldn't get me the ball. But, he didn't. He took the high road. And I think that the fresh start will be good for him.
Yeah, I agree with you. And again, this was a guy, when he came out, he ended up going early in the second round. But he was one of those first-round guys that does a lot of things well.